Hi, everybody. I'm sorry it's been so long, but I wanted to check back in. Initially, I was going to do videos about my cancer and everything I went through, which I might still do, but I think what I'm going to focus on is kind of post cancer and rebuilding, um, your life because your life revolves around your cancer, your treatments, and everything for so long that it's hard to kind of readapt to everyday living. So I think first and foremost is growing out the hair, which mine has come back super curly. And so um, I have adjusted and I'm starting to like it. I am trying to grow it out, which is a little painful. But I think from anyone that's lost your hair, just having hair again is pretty amazing. And then something I did to treat myself after um, recovering was getting eyelashes because my eyelashes never really totally came back. And so I do have fake lashes done, which I highly recommend. And if you can treat yourself after going through chemo, a double mastectomy, and radiation, I felt like, why not? So I think just where I'm at now is where I'm going to start. I think that where I can be helpful is talking about products and just the journey post cancer, because even though you're done with your treatments, there's a lot that's still going on and that your body's going through. So I think first and foremost, for me was, and for any female, was getting back into feeling sexy and feeling like you can get kind of your life back. Um, and so I think ways to make you feel beautiful and that are going to make you feel comfortable. For me, the lashes were something that helped me start to feel back to myself, having hair again, um, and really kind of rediscovering products like hair products that I hadn't been able to use for a while. Um, Going back to the hairdresser. So for me, the hair products, and I'll post these in the link below, but um, curly was new for me. So I started using some of the Amika products, Amika Defining Curl Gel, and then Amika Defining Curl Cream, which really help. They also smell amazing. Um, and then I did color my hair. I waited about a full 8 months before I added any color. I am a natural blonde, but my hair has gotten progressively darker. So I was coloring my hair, and then I, of course, lost it. And then growing back, it grew back really dark. And I really do prefer to be blonde. So that was the other kind of self-care thing that I did, was go back to coloring my hair. It just made me feel more like myself. And so I think, these things all were really helpful for me, um, just to kind of get back into the groove and feeling normal. So, just to kind of give you a status update of where I'm at with everything, I just had my final, fingers crossed, surgery where I had my tissue expanders. So, essentially, when you have a double mastectomy, you can decide if you are going to do reconstruction or not, and any choice is the right choice for you. Um, Honestly, for me, being younger and wanting to still feel sexy, and for me, it felt important to still have breasts, and so I opted to go the reconstruction route. And so, because I was having radiation, they couldn't immediately do the implant. So, they put in something called a tissue expander, which, for any of you that have experienced those, they are not the most comfortable. Um, but basically, they put in an expander and they fill it up, and you talk about the size that you want to be. When I was diagnosed, I was a double D. And so I have actually wanted a breast reduction for a long time. I don't recommend the cancer route to getting one. But I decided to go with a B cup. Um, and so they expand you till they get you about to that size. And they actually expand you a little more because when you get radiation to your breast, it tends to, and mine was to my right breast, it tends to really tighten the skin. So they want to go bigger because they expect that it will tighten. Um, and then they have to wait at least 6 months after radiation to take out the expanders and then actually move forward with the implants. Um, and I will say for anybody considering, the tissue expanders are quite uncomfortable, um, but it's worth it. And it's just part of the journey. I chose to go with saline implants. And this surgery, compared to the double mastectomy, I wasn't sure what to expect. I was told that the recovery would be a lot quicker, um, but it was. And um, I was out of work for 3 days. And then I was really back to normal activities really quickly. Of course, getting the anesthesia always makes you feel fuzzy for the first 24 hours. So I did come home and really just slept. But then, really, the next day, you still have the lift restrictions. So, after my double mastectomy, I wasn't really able to lift anything for 4 weeks or really have a lot of movement. This time, it's really just lift restrictions, and you can kind of get back to your normal day to day activities. I have a toddler who's 30 pounds. I technically can't lift anything over 10. So, he's going to be 3 in September. So, luckily, he's fairly self-sufficient, but like any toddler, if I'm unable to do something, he suddenly wants me to hold him all the time. So it's really just trying to explain to him, what's going on, without scaring him, but letting him know that mommy, needs a little extra help, and that things just have to be different for a couple of weeks. So I do have my implants in now. I do feel a lot better. I'm still in physical therapy just because of some of the lymphedema that I had, and just some limited range of motion on this side. So I highly recommend physical therapy, really sticking to your stretches. I have a foam roller over there. Which is really helpful and feels great. So I definitely recommend getting a foam roller. I'll put a link in the comments so you can look it up. They're fairly inexpensive. You can just get them off of Amazon. But I wanted to just kind of give a quick status update of where I am with everything. And that was really kind of the final big leg of my journey. I continue to be on Verzenio and Arimidex, both oral therapies. I'm fortunate to be able to qualify for that because of the type of tumor I had. So continue to take those. Still dealing with the wonderful effects of being put into early menopause. The hot flashes are a real thing. I did order a neck fan, which I thought was going to be the most absurd thing, but I have to tell you, it's amazing. I keep it in my purse because when those hot flashes come on, they are no joke. So I'll also include a link for the neck fan that I got because I recommend it for any woman going through menopause that's facing early menopause. It really is a wonderful tool to have, especially when you're at a restaurant. I've stopped caring what people think. As long as it helps me feel better, that's the most important thing. So as far as upcoming videos, my next video, I'm going to focus on sexual health and sex after cancer because that can be incredibly difficult, especially my breast cancer was estrogen driven. So really now depriving my body completely of estrogen has affected things in multiple areas. And so I have really done a lot of research and met with my OBGYN extensively about how to manage that. So The next episode will really be focused on sexual health, how to approach that, products that I've tried that have really worked and made me feel better, and just made things really much more comfortable. Because, being 38 years old, almost 39, I'm not ready to just say, oh, well, and I'm not ready, as my OBGYN put it, to have what she said appeared to be a 70-year-old vagina. I'm just not there yet. So, the next episode will be focused around that. So stay tuned. And I will be posting weekly. It will be more consistent. And if there's things that you want to hear about, please put it in the comments. But in the meantime, like, subscribe, give that thumbs up, and there will be more to come. Talk soon.